Hi everyone, Grey Power 60 here. So I just want to give you an update on Mum and the last couple of videos that I showed you on my Vlogmas, where I talked about being concerned about Mum and her reaction to these pills. Well, it got worse. The first day she slept almost all the time, which Mum never does. The second day, she just disappeared into her room. I went in to see her. She was shaking. She was hyperventilating. I could hear her stomach gurgling. She was holding her ears. She was panicked. She was panicking. And Mum tends to do that when something happens to her and she doesn't understand what's wrong. So I calmed her down. I just got to check here. No, I thought she got up. She's been in bed since 4 o'clock. She was hyperventilating. She was shaking. I tried to calm her down. I went and grabbed my camera and I videotaped it so I could show my daughter what Mum was going through, which is totally not Mum. It's just not her. And but she does do that when something happens to her. Like one time when she had a bloody nose and she panicked. She was hyperventilating. She couldn't stop. And that's just, she doesn't know what's going on, and she doesn't know what's happening, and she's scared. So she hyperventilates. She starts shaking, and so I calmed her down. I got her to breathe. I talked to her softly. I got her to stop shaking. I was holding her, calming her down, telling her, breathe in, breathe out, Mum. Breathe in, breathe out. And I was doing this over and over for about 10 minutes. Finally, she calmed down. I got her to take her hearing aid off. I covered her up, kind of tucked her all in and made sure that she was okay. And sent the video to my daughter, and I said, this is what happens with those pills. My gut told me it was wrong for Mum, because I know her reaction to these side effects. And there are side effects, and there's no pill out there that doesn't have side effects, but she doesn't handle it well. And if I have to go through that every day for a week or 2 or whatever, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. Mom's not going to be able to handle it. She's going to end up in the hospital. So we've decided, yes, Kitty, I'm busy. I'm trying to videotape and you're interrupting me. Yes. Okay. I've already given you treats. So let me see if I can finish here. Anyway, some pills are great for people and some pills are not. And the scary thing is if these kind of pills are given to people, I know the logic of these pills and what they do. They protect, I think it's something like it protects the lining of what's left of the brain cells to minimize their deterioration, because once the coating or whatever that is gone, your brain cells are dead. They do not replenish. Okay, so this pill and a series of pills, because there's a series of them, when you take them, it's supposed to keep the person where they are mentally in their memory. It doesn't stop them from getting worse. It just kind of helps them maintain that level of where they're at. And if the quality of their life is gone because of the side effects, because people with dementia don't understand when their stomach hurts that they're not dying, or that something is happening to them and they don't know what it is and they panic. And I'm sure a lot of patients go through this. I know the scientific evidence that helps the brain, but you've got to think of quality of life. And I am thinking of my mom's quality of life. And there is no way that we will be able to, that I'd be able to handle mom without calling 911 and saying, come and help my mom, if she gives herself a heart attack or panics so much and she's so scared. I don't want my mom to be scared because of the side effects of a dumb pill that's going to keep her at the level she's at. She's 90 years old. Let her enjoy the quality of her life. Let her go through what she's going through and not try and compensate the deterioration of the memory by, do you want to keep them at this level and then they're sick and they don't know why and they hyperventilate and they get scared and I feel like I've been cruel to my mom. Mom has never been like this, and I feel like I've been cruel by giving her pills that don't agree with her. And I worry. Now I'm thinking of all the other patients. I'm with my mom 24/7. I know my mom. What about the patients that are in the hospital they give these pills to? They go in, they give the pill, and they leave, and this poor person doesn't know what's happening to them, and they're just scared. And I wonder about things. Sometimes medicine is not always the answer for everyone. Some people thrive, some people blossom, other people it's the total opposite. And with mom, it's the total opposite. So I've put my foot down. My gut was telling me it wasn't right. I knew my mom. I know if there's side effects to something and she's having to deal, she doesn't know what she's dealing with. She doesn't understand what's happening to her body. She gets scared. She shakes. She doesn't know. She doesn't know how to cry out for help. She doesn't know how to say, oh, it's only a tummy ache, I'll be fine. She doesn't understand all of that. So I have to put my foot down as her caregiver and as her power of attorney for her health and her well-being. I can't allow mom to go through that. I couldn't handle it, but it's not just me, it's mom. Physically, she cannot handle it. Mentally, she cannot handle it. I want my mom's days to be happy, full of energy. I want her to be able to try things and do things on her own. I want her to have a good quality of life. And this is not giving her good quality of life. Now, they say the side effects last a week. Everybody's different, Some people it's 3 or 4 days, or 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe always. I don't know. I don't have the answers to that. I just know my mom, and I have to do what's best for her. So no more pills. No more. I think it's cruel to have her go through this just so they can maintain her level. She's 90 years old. She's in perfect health, except for her, her memory. And as her memory declines, that's fine. We'll deal with it as her memory declines. But she's got good heart. She's got good health. Why screw that up? Why put her through the side effects? It's not worth it. So I just wanted to come on here and give you a little update that I can't allow my mother to go through what she's gone through in the last 2 days and become a vegetable just because Some doctor says that these pills are supposed to help maintain her level. It won't improve it, but it'll maintain it through their scientific studies. Whatever. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to give them to her, but the doctors were convincing us to try. I tried for 2 days. It's not for my mom. And no one can change my mind about that. I know my mom, and I know that she would rather drive in the car and sing Christmas songs and look at the birds and watch the other cars and drive around and be happy and eat well and sleep well and have a full day of life and sleep well at night than go through what she's gone through in the last 2 days. I cannot allow her to go for the next week going through the suffering she's going through. And it's suffering. It is suffering. So, and no one can tell me differently. And I don't know how many other patients out there take these pills or are given these pills because they don't take them, they don't know, through the advice of doctors, and how many other patients like Mom have adverse effects that they don't know what's going on, you know, and they can't cry out and say what's happening to me. They can't tell me their stomach is sore, their head hurts. She was holding her ears and putting blankets around her ears and shaking and hyperventilating and trying to stop the sounds in her ears. What was it doing? Was it creating that ringing in the ears syndrome that, I forget the name, tinnitus, I don't know, tinnitus, can't say it right. I have it, and I got it from taking my pills when the doctor tried to put me on antidepressants last year, and I've had it ever since. It's caused the ringing in my ears, and I've never had that before. I've had perfect hearing. I've never had a problem. Now I have this. When I was trying to take the antidepressant pills, because the doctor felt the stress was too much for me when we went through so much a couple of years ago, they gave me all the side effects, and I got them all. And it was only supposed to last a few days to a week, at the most 2 weeks. You've got to give it time to get into your system and get used to it. 4 weeks I was sick. 4 weeks. I threw them out. I said, that's it, I'm not taking them. It's ridiculous. I felt better when I wasn't taking them. So not all meds are good for everybody. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent here, and I am sorry, but I just wanted to give you a personal caregiver's point of view when you're looking after a loved one and you see them every single day. You know the things that upset them. You know the things, how they're going to feel about something. You know how they're eating. You know how they're sleeping. You know every detail of what you've been caring for. And if something is going to change that in a bad way, if something is going to not allow them to have the quality of life they need, then forget it. You know, it's not worth it. I would rather my mom be the way she is, having a good life and being happy for 2 years, than take those pills, go through the trauma of what she's gone through, and have her last the same amount of time. It's ridiculous. Sometimes you have to stand up to doctors because they don't always know what's best for you or your family or your loved one. And my heart now worries about all of the dementia patients that don't have family and are in hospital or in nursing homes, and they're taking these pills and they're suffering. And they're suffering because they don't know what it is because of the side effects of the pills they're taking. Sometimes It's best to let a person go through the normal life cycle that God has given us, and let us live and die the way God intended us to live and die. And not, I'm sorry, I'm going crazy here on this, but it's just, you can't live a life in a world that's all mixed up and hurt at the same time. Take away the hurt. Anyway, sorry guys. I just feel so strongly about this, and I feel guilty. I feel like I was cruel to my mom. I know I wasn't. I know I was only doing what the doctor said. But in my heart, I feel like I did an injustice by not being firm. But my doubt was there. What if this was what would have been good for Mom? It's when they say side effects and I start seeing side effects, I worry about that. Yes, baby. Yes, I'm going to come in a minute. He wants treats. The other one's crying there. She wants treats. Sorry for rambling on, but it's just, I wanted you to see and hear from a caregiver who loves their mom so very much and wants her to have the best quality of life that I can give her without fear. And that's what Mom was going through, is fear. I could see it in her face. What's going on with my body? She couldn't say that, but you know that she was in turmoil. She was in a horrible place. And I feel bad. And now I know that she's sleeping well. She's not getting those pills again. So I just wanted to pass that on to you, let you know this is what was going on. This is what's been going on for the last 2 days. I'm actually surprised that I'm not, popping a Ativan to kind of calm my nerves, because I'm handling it okay. Because I am talking to you about it. I've talked to my daughter about it. I've logically come to the conclusion that I will never allow my mom to go through that again. We got to do what we have to do. Everybody's different. What may work perfectly for someone else may not work well for others. As I've said in other videos about myself, when most people for a headache need to take 2 Tylenol, I can only take a half of one. I know my body. I've been in this body for 69, almost 70 years, and I know what my body can take, and I know what it can't take, and I can only take a half of one. You take 2, I take a half of one, we get the same results. It's just something you know. You know your own body. If you're in tune with yourself, you know your own body. Okay, enough of this. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm doing this on my iPhone. I don't know how to edit it. It's just going to go out there to YouTube. Hopefully it will, it'll get up there. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.